The T32 is an American Tier 8 heavy tank, and the sole reason why you should just buy a Super Pershing. There is a way to play this tank. Don't.
Remember kids, sideways for attention, long ways for results. Ending.
This tank sucks. It's slow, has mediocre armor for a heavy tank and average gun performance. It is very hard to do well in this tank. But that is why I am here, to show you all how to perform well in even the shittiest state of tanks. So that is what I shall do today. I will show you how to play the T32, and why you should just buy a Super Pershing. You buy rammer to reload faster than the amount of time it takes for America to declare war on a third world country. Optics. Gun laying drive because your accuracy is shit. Additional armor so you might be able to bounce something. Improved traverse because it's slow as shit. A repair kit and whatever the fuck you want. For ammunition you take plenty of freedom rounds, but also save some room for some liberty and justice. The best way to play this tank is to not play it. This thing sucks. It's slow, has a long reloading and aim time, armor that can be penetrated by most tanks at your tier if they do the magical brain-bending unforeseeable tactic of pointing the gun down slightly to hit the hull. Mind-blowing. I know. You can attempt to counteract this by going hull down and only exposing your turret, but you bet your ass that there's gonna be TDs camping harder than Bear Grylls coming down on your ass like they're virgins homing in on a cosplayer at an anime convention. And these TDs have better cupola sniping skills than anything you've ever seen. So you may as well just bend over and prepare your ass for the rape you will receive in this tank. That being said, this tank does have a few high points. Most tanks cannot penetrate your turret front, specifically the main turret plate and mantlet, and it won't be very difficult to bounce shots off it considering the sheer thickness of it, and that you can always just wiggle the turret to throw off the aim of those pesky tank destroyers and hope they try to shoot someone else. Not that that'll happen though, they'll just press the 2 key and nail your ass with an APCR round. Your hull armor is thick enough to bounce the shots of many tier 7 tanks, although it's not going to bounce the shots of any tier 7 heavy tank or tank destroyer. Same goes for tier 8 and 9. Most tanks can penetrate your lower hull, although a few light and medium tanks may struggle with certain guns to penetrate you. Your best strategy is to hide on a decent hill crest and go hull down, basically turning yourself into a bunker, like what you do with the A43 Black Cribs. This tank also has quite a good gun. The 105mm T5E1 can penetrate most targets it meets with relative ease and is the gun used on the T25AT. So as a result it does quite a fair amount of damage. Expect around 300 damage per shot, if you can manage to get your gun to hit. This tank is slow as fuck, has armor that becomes useful around once in a blue moon and barely hits anything half the time. If you want to get the M103 or T110E5, that is the only reason to play this tank. It is not a competitive tank. For all intents and purposes, the T26E4 Super Pershing is superior in pretty much every aspect. It has more reliable armor on the hull and turret front that allows you to not just bounce but reliably bounce shots from any enemy you will face, is twice as fast, has half the reloading time and much better accuracy. Don't play the T32, just buy a Super Pershing. But if you must play the T32, then make sure you go hull down every chance you get, and don't be afraid to brawl light and medium tanks if you are feeling extra democratic, but be careful not to go out into the open, or you will get raped by extra thick 15cm TD guns. This is the correct way to play the T32. Go out there, and buy a Super Pershing, because this piece of shit is not worth it. I spent 2 weeks grinding for this tank and I hate it. Never ask me to do shit for you ever again because I swear to God I'm not going through that shit again. Thank you and good night.